Welcome back to the Stogie Geeks, episode 261, volume 3. This is where we talk about the sticks of the week. Very excited to be here. I am your host this week, Joe Hozempa. My co-host is Joe D.
Yeah, baby.
Doing a fascinating job.
Under the weather, boys, playing through.
Doing a fascinating job.
We've yet to call 911, so we're doing all right.
Good. Can't call 911. He wouldn't show up.
I am 911.
You know what I mean?
That's right, you are 911. So who does come to get you?
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's been an interesting episode. This is a good episode.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in just to the Sticks of the Week section, you definitely want to grab onto the other two sections and take a listen. I hope I didn't paint a dismal picture for you, but Jake, you did a great job filling in, so
Much
I appreciate you taking the time to come down here. We'll have to reschedule the interview with Phil.
Yeah.
And do that up. But maybe when you get some Wi-Fi in the States, for sure, because the Dominican Wi-Fi is, the gerbil running, keep the generator going, something like that, It's crazy.
Nice.
Sticks of the week. I have some good ones.
Yep.
I've switched up the format just to with some of the platforms, and I'll get into that.
Nice.
There too, but I gotta. You want to tune in because I got 2 box worthies.
Really?
Spoiler alert!
Oh man, there it is.
Spoiler 2 box worthies.
Teasing them right, yeah.
So you definitely want to tune in for that. So
Beautiful.
Joe D, what have you been
I'll
smoking?
lead off with the Bandolero. Finally had an opportunity to smoke this. Undisclosed everything. $13 price point. Comes in jars of 25 with 8 sizes. I smoked the 6x54 Vanidosos, made by Nelson Alfonso. Falls under the United Cigar Group branch. Limited retail partners. I was able to pull leather, natural tobacco, and like a spicy tang flavor. Really enjoyable. Made in Costa Rica. Medium plus, and this particular stick was they're very price point conscious in comparison to the Atabey and the Byron. $13, totally different animal from the Byron and the Atabey, and this stick was a box worthy for me all day. Very enjoyable, and I'll be seeking it out in the future as well. Bandolero and the Vanidoso size.
If you're looking for Joe D's sticks, you just log on to wiki.stogiegeeks.com. You'll see the show notes there as well. You can check out those sticks. My sticks are posted in 2 spots. You can follow me on Instagram. That's Joe Hozempa, so Joe Hozempa. Posted 2 sticks up there, and my other 3 that I'm going to do for this episode are in the Stogie Geeks website. You go to stogiegeeks.com, click on Stogies, and I've taken some pictures and done some reviews that we're going to go for. First one I posted on Instagram was the Fum d'Amor by Illusion. I finally got to that Lancero size.
Yep. Nice.
The Lancero size is called a Juniperos or Uniperos. I don't know if the J is silent.
Juniperos?
There you go.
There it is.
That's
Sounds
why
good.
you're there.
That's why they bring me around.
That's why you bring. Hey, that's great. Right?
Called in the lefty.
Calling in, right? I was not hired to co-host this show for my Spanish and cigar translation.
We noticed.
Took me a while to get Criollo.
You're getting better, though. You are.
I need to form.
We're moving up in the world.
So what is it called?
Juniperos.
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 Juniperos. Yeah, J is silent.
Yeah.
I like it. That's a 7.5 by 40. Wrapper, binder, and filler are all Nicaraguan. Complexity, flavor, and balance on my scale from 1 to 10. Complexity, I gave it an 8. Flavor, a 7. Balance, I gave it an 8. It's available in 5 different sizes. You can check out those sizes as well. Different from the other sizes. So I've officially had all the sizes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the Illusion Fum d'Amor doesn't waste any time getting your attention. Creaminess pops up immediately. So does the pepper. Agree?
Absolutely.
Cool. Moving on, right? An interesting point with this is that the cigar uses no Ligero leaves from the plants, only Seco and Viso leaves were used within the creation of the stick. With that being said, it does get a little bit salty. Then the sweet cedar becomes very prominent. But here's my catch. On the bigger sizes, to me, the cedar component becomes prominent at the end. What I noticed on the Uniperos size, right?
Well played. Yep.
Well played, right? On that size, it just stays with that mix of pepper and salt. So towards the end of that, I never really got that sweetness that I've had from the other ones. I would imagine, you have more of a wrapper component, and therefore that sweet cedar component that was relevant in the other sticks towards the end really, really kind of faded almost halfway through for me. It wasn't bad at all.
Yep.
But again,
it's still a great smoke.
Yeah, absolutely. But it does leave your palate with a mixture of pepper and salt, which I think is an interesting combination.
Yeah. So that's a great smoke. But again, whenever you tighten a ring gauge like that, and we talked about this on the Lancero show, you kind of lose some of the subtlety that's in it, which is not necessarily always a bad thing. That's one of those cigars that and actually the CYB, I prefer in a bigger ring gauge format because that subtlety that's in there, when you tighten up that ring gauge, you kind of lose it a little bit.
Yep. The rating system stayed the same. I still gave it a box split.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All day. It's a box split. I did put that one up on Instagram. They were going out there. I figure we'll get some more Stogie Geeks followers.
There you go.
And doing that there.
Nice. My next one for me is the Gilberto Oliva Reserva Blanc, gifted me by Joe Ho.
Boom sauce.
Thanks, man.
Hello.
Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper, Ecuadorian binder, Nicaraguan filler. I smoked the Toro 6x50, $6.50 price point, which was awesome.
Right?
Yeah, it really is.
Really great price.
The flavor coupled with the price point, unreal. 5 sizes, boxes of 20. The Corona size comes in a cedar wrap. That's something to note. Barnyard and nuttiness were prominent for me, and really, really tasty as hell. Released in 2017 in August, and made it the Tabacalera Oliva de Nicaragua SA, and medium in strength. This is box worthy all day for me.
Absolutely.
Really, really enjoyable stick, and that price point too, man. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the Oliva Reserve Connecticut has always been a little bit boring to me. So that's why I was really happy when they came out with that Gilberto Blanc. I think it's got a lot more complexity to it.
Yep.
It does kind of make me a little sad, though, because I kind of wish, especially with Gilberto passing away recently, they did something a little bit more high-end and went a little grander with it. But that's a great, great cigar.
Yeah.
Ironically, Oliva Reserva Blanc.
Yeah. Ironically, my rating was a bump up. It was a fight Chuck Norris.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I toggle back and forth, man. It wasn't easy, but yeah, I'm right there. That box worthy plus box worthy, yeah.
Especially considering the price point.
Oh my God.
I think the price point definitely plays a big factor.
Really
in that
enjoyable.
one.
See, what happened, how I got introduced to that stick is the shop owner said, here, take that, I go to different shops, so like, hey, I'll try this. You want to review it, go for it, knock yourself out, you know. And when I got it, and I got the price, I shied away from it. For weeks,
You're thinking it's going to be a short fill type, but
yeah, I'm like, I shied away from it for weeks. And then what happened was that morning I had a really, really strong smoke at another shop. I was doing some consulting work for another tobacco shop. And then I was like, I was on a teeter of like, should I have another cigar or not? Because I was at another shop, right? So I did 2 shops in one day. And I was like, let me do this Gilberto Oliva. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was
it's in my pocket, might as well.
I was like, let me get to it, right? Yep. I get to it, and I was like, whoa.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, oh, wow. Like, what am I smoking?
I did the same thing, too.
Is this the right band? Like, is this the...
When they released them at IPCPR, of course, I ordered them. They come in, and I'm sitting there with the invoice, and I keep pricing them out. I'm going, no, that's not right. That can't be right. And I do, no, that can't be right. That's too cheap. Yeah. And I just kept doing it over and over. I mean, I sat with a calculator. I had to have done it 10 times going, there's something wrong with this calculator. I need a new calculator. There's no way that cigar is that cheap. Because I really wanted it to be almost like an Oliva V Milanio plus. I wanted them to take it, especially since Gilberto's name was on it, I wanted them to take it to that next level. Right. And having smoked it, they took it to the next level, and they priced it at $7.
And they gave us one hell of a gift. Like I mean, now that is available in Sumatra. Do you have it in Sumatra?
Yep. I don't right now. So
No, have you had it? You've had it?
I haven't had it.
Yeah.
And I don't have them in stock right now. They're having a little bit of trouble with shipping out the Sumatra. I have the Blanc right now.
Yeah. I'm sure it sells well.
It does very well.
Yeah. And people are like, are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
is the price right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good smoke. Good
Absolutely,
smoke.
man.
You been smoking anything?
It's funny. I was talking with Joe D before we came on the show. Between the Patriots being in the Super Bowl and it being my birthday week, I've been hitting that drawer in the humidor that no one's allowed to go in.
Yeah, happy belated
Thank
birthday.
you.
Absolutely.
I usually don't even look in that drawer, and lately I've been crushing things out of it. So I've been spoiling myself this week. It's going to be hard to come back down
Yeah, sure.
because I've been hitting. I had a Willie last year for my birthday. Actually, gave me a Casa Fernandez-Reserva 2011, which is one of my favorite cigars on the planet.
Yep.
And I finally said, you know what, screw it, I'm smoking it. I had a couple of Pappy Tradition Lonsdales.
Yeah.
There may or may not have been a Liga A that was involved in my week.
Awesome. Good stuff.
So
what have you been doing, Joe?
Next to me is the Warped Cabinet Selección Lirio Rojo. Undisclosed everything, but on one or two particular sites there alluded to it might have been Nicaraguan Habano wrapper, but very tight-lipped on this. $10 price point, box of 50. Smoked the 5.5 by 44 Corona, and come in boxes of 50. Released in 2016 in July, blended by Kyle Gellis. Notes of wood, spice, and pepper, and but it did debut with the IPCPR in 2015, and then came out in 16. Purposefully kept under the radar just to see where it would go and see if it would take on legs of its own. They didn't really want to put too much hype behind it, just see where it went. The burn line was a little bit off on this particular cigar, and I felt it was affecting the flavor. A little bit of a roller coaster ride, tremendous flavor at certain points, and then others were just kind of straddling that mediocrity fence. Medium in strength. I give it a try one. I'd like to try it again, maybe in a different size.
Here's an interesting question about that. Do you know if they blended it to the Corona?
I don't know.
Because back in the day, everybody used to blend a Corona. Now
Right.
everybody's blending a Toro because it's the most popular size out there. So
Yep.
it might have been an issue where the Toro is what they blended it to. So when they brought it down to a Corona, it didn't maintain.
True. I was put on this cigar by Stogie Santa, Mark Feely over at Joyles, and
The drug pusher.
yeah, and it had tremendous points of flavor and enjoyability, but it toggled back and forth between mediocrity. Felt like it didn't know what it wanted to be, and with the burn line issues, I can't give it higher than a try one.
Yeah.
Try one, see where it's at. Maybe I'll circle back, try another one down the road. But
I've had those for a review for Stogie Geeks, and I want to say August timeframe, August September timeframe. There I've had different sizes, different blends. My take, like I said, it does have some points within that stick where you're like, oh wow, all right, it's doing something, and then it's like, oh wow, what's it doing? I don't know where it's going. You know?
it was like a magic act, man.
If I could come up, if I could come up with one word, like to be totally honest with our listeners, right? Which I'm as honest as my opinion. Spotty.
Okay.
It's spotty. You know, and it's just so it doesn't know where it wants to go.
Yeah.
It does there, and I've honestly taken those, and I started reviews, and I just was like, I'm not talking about it.
The points of enjoyability were so good, and I really,
It starts building, and you're ready for it to keep going.
Yeah,
and then
I really got excited. I'm like, all right, maybe the first quarter or so, they weren't really moving the chains at no excitement level, and then it gets so good, and then it dropped off again, and then it picked back up, and it was a roller coaster ride, it's the Warped Lirio Rojo Cabinet Selección.
Nice.
Try one.
Yeah, try one. Go for it. But yeah. Moving on. I've had, and I know Jake's gonna help me with this one too. Right? I've had the EP Carrillo Short Run 2015. The size I had was Vencedores.
Ooh.
Good?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Judges?
Boom!
Oh, sounds good.
All right. That's a 6x52. We have a Nicaraguan Criollo 98. Ooh, getting good, Joe D, right? The binder is Nicaragua. The filler is from the Dominican Republic with some Nicaraguan blends in there. Complexity, flavor, and balance, I gave them all 8s. It's available in 3 different sizes. I've had 2 of the 3 different sizes. The EP Carrillo Short Run 2015 starts with touches of pepper and earth on the first few puffs. It's not too overwhelming, but in the beginning, it's worth paying attention to when you start this cigar, and there's a reason why I'm going to get to that.
Yep.
Those flavors pick up, and they continue on with a bit of a woody undertone, and starts towards the end. It starts to get woody, and it just blends nicely.
Nice.
However, paying attention to the when you first start the cigar, where you get the pepper and earth, comparing it to the EP Carrillo Short Run 2013, you're like, okay, my opinion, love the 2013.
Yep.
Awesome smoke. 2015, right? I did give it a box worthy. Okay. However, I do like the 2013 better, but it's age and time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're down some of that pepper in the 15?
Yeah. But I think as time progresses, that, maybe if you smoke it 6 months, year from now,
right,
when they get it on there, and that's really it. You really want to develop a relationship with your local tobacconist within your town. Ask them about some of the blends, if they carry any of the EP Carrillos, because you can find some really good gems in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And not only can you find some real good gems, bargain.
Yeah.
Say, hey, I'll buy 10. Can you do a little bit better on price? I think they'll make a move.
Yeah. EPC is really a sleeper around this region. It's one of those cigar brands that, for some reason, I've always had trouble having EPs go. But they're just such a good smoke, and it's never. I think they have a little bit of a branding issue. Mm-hmm. I know they're going to go through a rebrand within the next couple of years that I think is really going to help them out.
There you go.
Oh,
nice.
did you? What did you do?
I'm
you setting the carpet on fire?
I hope not. I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm off duty, man.
Well, good news is he's right here, so we're all
Hold
set.
on, we're good. We're good.
Next to me is the San Cristobal by Ashton, the original. Nicaraguan Corojo wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, Cuban seed, Nicaraguan long fillers. Smoked the 7 1/4 by 49 Monumento. 9 1/4 price point, box of 22 with 7 sizes. 2 hours plus smoking time. Found this up in New Hampshire with all kinds of plume on it, and this thing was beyond enjoyable. Cocoa, light wood, pepper, a little leather, earthy component, just flavor for days. Slightly tight on the drawer, but it didn't detract from the experience at all. Blended by Don Pepin Garcia, and very, very enjoyable. And this is a fun size, medium in strength, and absolutely a box split for me. Very enjoyable. So this is a stick that I migrated to quite a bit.
That stick was definitely a success for Ashton. It did exactly what they wanted it to do.
This is my as far as like the
that blend is so good that I think if it was more expensive, they would have put an Ashton label on it. But because they wanted to keep it at a lower price point and didn't want to cheapen the Ashton brand at the same time, they made it a San Cristobal.
This is my favorite offering from San Cristobal for sure.
Really? Over the Revelation?
Yeah. Revelation is number 2, but this is, and I'm not totally.
The Revelation's my jam.
Yeah.
That's my San Cristobal. That's the one right there. Whenever I walk into a shop and see those, I get a little excited.
Nice.
No, honestly, the Revelation was probably in the 1 hole, and I hadn't smoked the original in a while, and it took the reins for me.
Yeah.
It bumped it back into
especially
the
when
1
it's
hole.
got plume growing on it.
Oh my God, how do you not?
How's the end of the San Cristobals to you?
The whole thing was enjoyable to me. It didn't. It was tight. The draw was a little tight.
Mm-hmm.
But
that smoothness maintains really well.
The flavor component, it burned well all the way through. It was a great size too, Monumento. Yep.
Awesome. Jake, you're going to have to help me with this one. I'm sure. Maybe.
What you got?
I've had the Hiram and Solomon, the Veiled Prophet.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This was gifted to me by my friend Scott.
The
The purple band on there?
No, that's the one that comes in the wooden coffin.
Yeah, it comes in a
band.
coffin.
Gotcha.
It comes in a coffin. It's a 7x60. The wrapper is a 2007 Aurora.
Oh, are you looking at me?
Is that the word?
Rapper rocket.
I'm okay.
It's on. If anybody knows, you can help me out. You can flash me an email.
Yeah.
joe@stogiegeeks.com over there.
I always butcher that.
That's the wrapper. The binder and filler are both from the Dominican. Complexity, I gave it 6. Flavor, 7. Balance, 7. It's available in one size, 7x60. Not a fan.
That's the problem.
Of the 7x60.
I love the blend. I don't like the size.
You know, and I think the size component really skewed the rating.
Yeah,
But-
definitely.
But that being said, the Veiled Prophet is a limited release stick. Comes in a single wood coffin. It's got a dark brown with a slightly red-hued wrapper. Stick's packed with tobacco.
Yeah,
It's a
tight roll.
It's beefy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's got a real beefy feel to it. You know, it comes in this coffin. You're pulling out the coffin. You're pulling out this. It's got a gorgeous red hue to the
Great
wrapper.
presentation. That
Right.
box is beautiful too. That bright red lacquer box.
Yeah, I took a picture of it. You go to StogieGeeks.com, click on Stogies. It's over there. It's packed. Pre-light, you got to take a sniff of this cigar.
Yeah.
You get a woodsy aroma, and you're like, okay, I'm in for a treat here.
Yep.
Right. That being said, the first third starts off with some soft woodiness, a little bit of pepper. On the tail end, about halfway, it does get into like a richer, creamier body. It's got some flavors of coffee in there. A little bit of earth, a little bit of scotch of sweetness. I don't want to go as far as saying, it's caramel or, milk chocolate or cocoa or anything like that.
A little something.
It's got a good sweetness component with some earth. My only advice to the Stogie Geeks listener is if you seek out the stick, give it time to smoke. This is a 2-hour, 45-minute jam.
Don't rush it.
I don't want to take your word, but it's a 2-hour, 45-minute jam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is a big, beefy, packed with tobacco stick. Not a fan of the price point, but I don't make
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but, like other industries, if you even leave cigars out, for that price, you're going to get X. You can go buy something else.
What would you end up paying for it?
Well, it was gifted to me,
Yeah.
but, I always take it in consideration for the Stogie Geeks listener. It's about $16, 16 change,
And see, it's funny because I had them for $12.75.
Okay, maybe it was $12.75. Like I said, it was gifted. It was gifted
Maybe.
to me. It was gifted to me. But I gave it a 5. And again, how I rate it. Would I buy 5? Yeah. They're good sticks.
Yep.
They make great gifts.
They really do.
Especially if you have a friend who wants to try something new
And who is a Mason?
and who is a Mason.
There you go.
And also, loves bigger ring gauges. It makes a perfect gift for a friend for sure.
Nice.
But I give it a 5. I think if they took that blend, made it a little bit smaller, I think.
Yeah. Even if they went Salamone with it, and did the same amount of tobacco, just in a different format where you don't get the big, huge mouthfeel.
Yeah, because
tough
I mean,
size,
you have a 60 ring gauge that's just packed. And then you have a longer smoke. It's good, but I think if it was a smaller size, I think the rating could
play
bump
better.
up
Yeah,
higher.
absolutely.
For sure. That was the Hiram and Solomon, the Veiled Prophet.
Nice. Last for me was the Diesel by AJ Fernandez, Unlimited Maduro. Gifted to me by one of the listeners next door. Broadleaf Maduro wrapper, San Andreas binder, Honduran and Nicaraguan long filler. I smoked the 6x60 Gordo. $4.75 price point, box of 20, 5 different sizes. Pepper and coffee notes were prevalent in the cigar, and honestly overpowered any other flavor that I might have possibly been able to draw from it. The coffee and the pepper were just overwhelming. By all accounts, these sticks might need a little bit of rest. It's a full body smoke, and maybe the particular stick that was gifted to me probably had next to no rest, I'm guessing. This was a dry one for me. AJ Fernandez Diesel, unlimited Maduro. I would smoke it. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Well, it's one of those
just one,
deals
just one of those things. It didn't resonate well for me. That coffee and that pepper were just overpowering. It was a punch on the nose, and just was looking for a little bit more. But this could certainly be in somebody else's wheelhouse.
Yeah, but that's one of those deals that because of the low price point, I feel like people buy them just as kicking around sticks, especially in a size like that. That's a mowing the lawn, playing golf type thing.
Yep.
The blend on that is actually really, really nice, but you got to let it have some time.
That's what I feel. I feel with a little bit of time. So maybe grab one down the road and let it sit for a little bit and see where it goes. See if it comes up.
But it did $4.75.
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They have a strong online component too.
Very, very strong.
They do.
And I feel like AJ kind of did that artfully, so he still has an online presence, but at the same time, he's not sort of, I don't want to say cheapening San Lotano and all this other stuff, but he's keeping the retail partners happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I've probably that August September time frame. Right. Actually, I remember it has to be.
The diesels are all right. They're not something to write home
I don't know
about.
if I haven't reached out and purchased one of my own to this point. It was gifted to me, and to review on the show. And
Did your friend hate you?
It's not that bad.
Honest question.
It's not that bad.
He loves it. He loves it personally. He thought it was going to be in my wheelhouse as well.
Man, he's going to hate you after seeing this.
Probably.
Yeah.
I apologize.
You're
Thank
gonna
you,
introduce this kid to me. Hey.
You know.
I can't wait for after the show.
Yeah.
We're going to walk in Havana after this, and you're going to get attacked.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Pull the shield up.
Yeah, we'll let it happen.
I have two more. I had the Casa Fernandez-Reserva Maduro. That's what I'm doing for the show here.
Nice.
As well.
This is what it looks like beforehand.
Yeah, I took 2 pictures on it. You go to StogieGeeks.com. You can click on Stogies. It's over there. The size I had right now and also then was the Toro size. That's a 6x54. You have a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. Binder and filler are both Nicaraguan. Complexity, I gave it a 7. Flavor, I gave it a 7. And balance, I gave it an 8. It's available in 3 different sizes. You can check that out there. It starts off with some notes of pepper. You do get a little bit of a citrus note for sure.
Yep.
I enjoy that in the beginning.
Yep.
As opposed to just a straight pepper blast.
Yeah.
It's got a decent leather component that I thoroughly enjoy throughout the stick for sure. Coming from a Maduro, I do want to make a note, and I did on the website. You might think that it would come with some spice. Ironically, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have that I don't want to say Maduro bite to it, but that Maduro bite to it. It doesn't have that like it's not like a bite. It's just a smooth.
No, it never gets to that point.
Stick, and then even towards the end, I'm getting pretty close. It's good. So with that being said, hats off. Especially when you come close, is no harshness towards the end.
Yeah.
Especially when you get Maduro.
I think it's the Maduro word that throws people because Maduro is actually the start of a Maduro was you age tobacco on these big pilons. That's what they call them, where you just layer the leaf and you stack it and you leave it there to age.
Mm-hmm.
And Maduro came about when the inside of that pilon would become so hot, the leaf would actually caramelize.
Mm-hmm.
So the leaf in the middle would be darker, it would be smoother, it would be sweeter, and it would be stronger. So whenever you see Maduro, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get a lot more kick with it. It just means it's going to be darker, smoother, and sweeter than what the natural wrap would be.
Yeah. It's
and that's a perfect case of the Maduro not necessarily having more kick, but having that smoothness.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And again, this is one of those blends where if you develop a relationship with your tobacconist, you can probably get these cheap.
Oh yeah.
And
proof that you like it is that you're smoking it again right now.
Yeah. When I rated Paul's Humidor pre-show, it's a stick I grabbed. I said, "Oh yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it's good." I gave it a box split.
That's where I'm at with it too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and like I said, I've had two of the 3 sizes. I had the Corona Extra and I had the Toro. The Titan, the 6x60, I'd probably shy away from that. Just if it was available, I'd probably have it. Maybe if golfing or something like that. You know,
So
it
that's
seems
especially
like-
one of those sticks that at the price point that you can find them at, and the price point you could even talk to your local shop owner and get them down to, it's definitely worth picking them up.
Absolutely. Final stick I have. I posted this on Instagram. You can follow me Instagram at Joe Hozempa. So JoeHozempa. The Davidoff Chef's Edition.
Oh God, yes. Yep. Yep.
I mean, you want to talk about a piece of work. First of all, you got like 6 chefs from around the world collaborating on that. To have that opportunity, to pair it with whatever the chefs are into, to pair after a meal is phenomenal.
Yep.
Depending on whatever your wheelhouse is. It's the type of stick that you could probably have at steak or seafood for sure. You know, I did have it. Well, I've had a bunch of these. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Which will boost the rating. I mean, how do you not?
How
get
do you not? Yeah.
How do you not get
Yeah.
addicted to a $40 stick? Right. From Davidoff. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, that's what. And anytime you see a Davidoff, you know it's gonna. You're paying for it, but you're paying for it because it's gonna be good. It's a guarantee.
Yep. I correct myself. It's a $30 stick, but they do come in boxes of 10. And with this, it starts off with creamy profile, strong flavors of leather. ... Did I mention it's creamy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Well, it's Davidoff.
Yep. Then you get notes of earth. And I guess what we've dubbed on the show between Paul and the two Joes, you get that Davidoff hay.
Yep.
For sure. Like, you're just like, oh, my God, this is like, okay, smoking
Staple.
a Davidoff. You know, we roll up the sleeves.
Yep.
You know.
Let's do this.
Just wiggling in the chair and it.
It's one of those cigars you keep the band on as long as you possibly can. So if anybody looks, yeah, it's a Davidoff.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. No, see, I'm a band peeler.
You are a band. I've noticed that
as
about
soon
you.
as
You are
I
a
light
band
up,
peeler.
You can't wait. Yeah.
I
You
don't.
were supposed
The
to.
only reason why I'm not a band peeler instantly is because I've had problems where there's a glue issue.
Yeah.
And you go to take the band off before you light the cigar, and half the wrapper comes with it.
It wants to heat up just a little bit. Yeah.
I usually start smoking them so the band heats up a little bit, so the glue's not as solidly on there. So that way, when you do take the wrapper off, you got a lot less chance of ruining the cigar.
I like to rip it off, and if the band comes with it, I like to complain about the cigar.
You're that guy.
Yeah, I've always been a band ripper. Like, I don't like it. You know, I don't know. It's because I'm a roller.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm always rolling and chewing and doing that, and I don't know. I just don't like that. But anyway, that being said, sweetness, leather, hay, followed by notes of cocoa, a little bit of espresso. Treat yourself
Do it.
and get one of these.
Do it.
Right? Would you agree?
It's
All day long.
Phenomenal.
You got to dig deep if you want a box worthy.
Oof.
But I did give him box worthy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
Just keep in mind, box worthy's $300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironic. Yeah.
But it's
Box of 10.
worth
yeah.
having 10 of them in your humidor
Yeah. Absolutely. And
in case something special happens.
in case something special, or make great gift.
Yeah.
You know, like if you have a friend who is in the food industry,
That you like enough.
you like enough, and you don't want a friend giving you one of those things. So I'm not,
I wouldn't mind, you know.
Yeah. That being said, but yeah, it's box worthy. I mean, you have it, and it's just like, oh, and the presentation's cool too.
Oh, they're beautiful.
You know how they come in, they come in and it just the whole story behind it. You can Google it. It's in reviews. Some of the reviews. If you go to Half Wheel gives the actual names of the chefs who collaborated in that. And if you even just take it a step further, a rainy day project, right? You Google those chefs. Like, these are people who just understand palates. Not only in their respective industry, but even to be top of your game. And being able to collaborate on a stick like that has to be just an amazing experience.
Well, that's one of those reasons, too, why it's such an expensive stick, because the process that went into making it was so intensive. They come up with a blend, they hand it to these chefs and go, what do you think? And they say, well, I'd like more of this in it, more of that in it. So it took them a long time to develop that cigar.
Mm-hmm.
You planted the seed, man. My mouth's watering right now.
It's amazing. Like
when,
it's
when I get feel a little bit better.
I got to get in the car and go pick some of those up right now.
they're just great.
I haven't had one of
My
those.
palate comes back maybe in a week or so, and maybe
maybe in a week, maybe in like 3 years.
And it's one of those sticks. Like, don't be if you're really into like full body or medium body. Don't make that your second smoke.
No.
Just
No,
make that.
you lose everything.
Yeah, you lose. You lose.
No,
everything.
this is the focus of the day right here, man. This all encompassing.
Yeah, you owe it to yourself to treat yourself to the Davidoff Chef's Edition, for sure.
Nice.
Joe D, I hope you
Absolutely.
feel better.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
All right.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Hopefully that Z-Pack kicks in.
I hope so too.
Yeah. I hope you feel better. Enjoy your event. You're going to a Rocky Patel event tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to see the boys. Chow down and probably scoot. I don't know if I'll be smoking tonight after.
Any word on what stick is featuring? Or?
No, nope.
Yeah.
Keep it a top secret right now.
Top secret.
Yeah,
Love it. The secrecy of this business.
I know.
It's crazy. Jake, thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you having here. You did a great job under the pressure and time component of interview. Like how do you get 18 minutes with Phil Zangi? Like God,
Yeah.
like.
Especially someone like him. There's so many. He's such an interesting guy.
Yes.
The beautiful thing is, Stogie Geeks listeners can go back to StogieGeeks.com, put in the search. Phil's been on the show 4 or 5 times in the past. You can see the past interviews, and we're gonna have him back again. So
Yeah.
beautiful thing. We'll pin him down for a longer ride.
Whenever
next
he's
time.
back, I'll either be on the show or I'll be hiding over there just waving.
Happy to have it.
We can have you come back on the show.
Yeah.
Of course, man.
We can have you come back on the show.
Of course.
Absolutely. I'll try to make that happen.
Nice.
Logistically, you have to get a bigger row of chairs.
Have to get a couch.
Especially but there will be talk of boxing on the show.
Oh, of course.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Great. Thanks for stopping by, guys.
Yep.
This has been episode 261 of Stogie Geeks. We'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.